What's happening? What up? What it do? That's for sure. But everybody in our city says, what up, though? What up? What up, though? What up, though? Salute, salute, salute. What up, though, Big M? All right, y'all. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, 1976. Allowance is made for the fair use for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research, y'all. Fair use is permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use, y'all. Fair use, it's in effect. It is in effect. All right. Okay. Love,
What
love.
up, though? My bad.
You smooth, you cool, you true. No worries, no worries. What up,
Was
though,
on the
Big
phone
M?
gossiping, talking to my family in Georgia.
Georgia.
I love me some Georgia.
Me
I'm
too.
coming home, Georgia.
Hey. Five lives in Georgia.
All right, Fab, I'm coming to visit you.
Now we can go together.
For sure. We gotta go to Savannah. Gotta go to Savannah.
Oh, I'm down. Ahaya, ahaya. I see you, brew. I see you, brew. That's Hebrew. I remember. I think you came here before. So, thanks for pulling up on yours truly in the biggest M. I know. You know. I like it. Salute, 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 salute. Barao. Let's do this. I did it backwards. All right, y'all. I want y'all to know, me and Big M have started our Discord, okay? That is the link. And just because you got the link does not mean you automatically get to make it in the Discord. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, if you want to join the
So I'm
Discord,
trying to pick on my friends. I said, for sure, I'm trying to pick you on my friends. So everybody don't get into our Discord.
yeah, Big M is really really picky, y'all. So, and yeah, so yeah, so one person's already made it in. That's good. So but what we do in Discord is what we do in Discord. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. So if you would like to join, the link's right there. I'm gonna keep dropping it. I might post it on our wall. But again, just because you have the link does not mean you automatically get in. And if you get in and we start and our discernment starts telling us some stuff, you're gonna have to be booted. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Shout out to the replay gang. Salute, 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 salute. Uh, leave me and the biggest M I know. Comment. Let us know what you think. We can agree. We can disagree. And the Bushwatchers, yeah, y'all. I'm talking to yo. Take whatever finger you would like, real smooth, like real cool, like, and tap on that thumbs up button for yours truly and the biggest M I know. Big M.
Yeah, for sure. And I've been liking the fact that everybody been doing what I asked them to do about hitting that like button. Our likes has been up, and I'm really excited about that. Thank you guys for showing me that you like me.
And Big M, you notice it's weird. You notice how things have shifted, like this platform. We ain't been trolled. We
No,
every single demonstration we hold at least double digits viewers. We've never like the whole show.
yes.
Dang, like I don't mean to be
Like I
keep our.
came back, you get our followers up, and you just had everything just going.
No, we gained we have 623. We've gained 13 subscribers this week. And we really need to try to get to 1,000, man. That's to unlock the last thing. We need that. We need to get to. We got to try to get to 1,000, man. This is crazy.
Wow, 623. When I checked yesterday, it was 618.
And
It
then
was
this
my,
baby,
I was happy like my birthday.
we were stuck at 611 for a minute. So I'm trying to really try to, I'm trying to get us to 1,000. Once we get to 1,000, we'll be straight. You know what I'm saying? We'll unlock the last level of our platform. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It's free 99. You know, were you busy when I was in the studio, right?
Yes, ma'am, I was on the phone.
All right, cool. So you didn't see none of this. All right, so we're gonna just go ahead and roll the clips, and we're gonna react and see what's going on in the world. Crazy world out here. We're gonna do this one more time. Crazy because it's funny. I was I was clicking on videos. Tell me why that Southfield video popped up. It was the first one, like on the suggested on the next video to suggest. It was right there.
I
Crazy.
told you that right there has been
That's
on.
really messed up, man.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Let's roll the clip.
This morning, a 79-year-old woman pleaded guilty to 19 counts of cruelty to children. Sharetta Hull used to be a daycare worker at a Stone Mountain facility, and now she will spend at least 20 years in prison if she lives that long. Fox 5's Tara Jabor joins us live now with more on the story. Tara?
Well, Russ, during the sentencing, the state showed videos of Hull abusing children at a daycare in June of 2022. Her charges are related to 8 victims, the youngest just 6 months old. But the state believes that there are more victims, and we want to warn you, some of the video in this story may be difficult to watch. Sharetta Hull will likely spend the rest of her life in prison after pleading guilty to 19 counts of cruelty to children.
How do you plead to the charges? Guilty or not guilty? Are you in fact guilty?
Yes. The state showed a series of surveillance video from inside Apple Tree Learning Center and Academy in June of 2022. The prosecutor says Hull's actions weren't a single lack of judgment or isolated event, rather a repeated pattern of behavior.
I referred to this daycare before in previous hearings as a house of horrors, and that's exactly what it was, and I stand by that.
Take a look at some of the video shown in court. The prosecutor says she worries about the future of the children that Miss Hull abused.
These children, Judge, are going to carry this emotional, psychological, and physical impact forward into adolescence, into adulthood.
We also heard from the parents of victims. One woman says Hull caused her son to have a concussion, and now their lives are not the same.
My child now has his own delays. He's not potty trained, and he's on an IEP before even going to pre-K. I cannot work full-time because I can't trust daycares with my child that now has special needs.
Throughout the sentence, Hull was very quiet. Her defense argued for a different sentence because of her age, health, and no prior criminal history.
They saw the videos just now. They're here today. They support her still. Her family supports her still.
But ultimately, Judge Jackson handed Hull her fate.
Ms. Hull, I'm going to sentence you to 30 years to service 20.
And 2 other people from the daycare pleaded guilty in August of 2024 to charges of cruelty to children. The director of the daycare also pled guilty to failure to report child abuse. At the live desk, Tara Jabor, Fox 5 News.
You trust those people to take care of your children. It's just terrible. Tara, thanks.
Yeah, I keep saying that.
Did you hear him say if she lived that long?
Right. I mean, I'm because they said they try to fight for a better sentence because of her age for one, and her no criminal history. You can't tell me that she just never got caught. You seen them videos where man, Javen is never going to daycare.
That old woman whipped them.
She just now getting caught. That's it. That's all, broad.
How many kids she probably didn't traumatized before they caught her?
That part, I'll wait. Too many. They just happen to catch her now. That's crazy. Give her 30 years if she makes it that long. Yeah, she'll probably do fucking not even 2 years, man. That's crazy work.
She was 79 years old.
Yeah, that's That's insane to me. Like, how are you 79 working at a daycare? Like, make it make sense. I would not want no 79-year-old watching my kid. I'm not trying to be rude or nothing, but like, that's weird.
I'm sorry, if I was one of those parents, I would have whooped their ass and took my chances.
Oh man, I was just about to say it. I said, when I say Javen ain't going to daycare, Javen Cade, hell no. And I wish man, no way, Jose. Where is that? Oh, here, where the heck? Hold on. Oh wait, hold on, y'all. This shit's crazy right here.
One bag, infinite possibilities. Kate Spade.
So extreme. Like, I don't even know how she ended up over there in that building, nonetheless, that she ended up in a garbage bag.
We hear tonight from the life partner of a woman whose dismembered body was found in a plastic bag in Brooklyn. He reveals tonight new information about the final hours before the woman's death. And good evening, everyone. At 6 o'clock. I'm Bill Ritter.
And I'm Liz Cho. The medical examiner still trying to figure out the cause of death of 39-year-old Michelle Montgomery, the mother of 4, who was found dismembered in Brooklyn on Sunday.
NYCHA workers found her at the Boren Quinn public houses in Bushwick. And tonight, we're going to hear from her life partner, the father of her youngest child, just 10 months old.
Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles is live in Bushwick with our lead story tonight. Darla.
Good evening, Bill and Liz. We are told that 39-year-old Michelle Montgomery did things like make gift baskets and go all out for decorations for her children during the holidays. So her family really is perplexed as to find out who might have wanted to bring her harm. They know that she was having dinner and hanging out with friends here near the intersection of Flushing Avenue and Bushwick Avenue on Saturday night. And then just hours later, her body was found 5 blocks up the road on Bushwick Avenue in a building that she had no connection to, dismembered and deceased.
CK left this house vibrant, happy, and alive.
This is what Michelle Montgomery posted just after midnight Sunday. By 9:30 a.m., the 39-year-old mother of 4 was dead. Her body discovered in the basement of a Brooklyn apartment building, dismembered in a garbage bag.
That was hard. I broke down because I still can't believe it. Still.
Montgomery's gruesome murder, a total and utter shock to her family. She and her life partner, Anthony Echevarria, have a 10-month-old son.
It has been one of the hardest things to really look at. It's watching him look for her and knowing that she's not coming back.
He says she left home around 9:30 Saturday night to hang out with friends. Family members say at one point she was hanging out at a local restaurant where she posted this video of herself dancing and having a good time. But they say she has no ties to Berequin houses on Bushwick Avenue, where a memorial with her picture and candles have been placed in honor of where her remains were found by a maintenance worker.
It's so extreme. Like, I don't even know how she ended up over there in that building, nonetheless, that she ended up in a garbage bag. That is, like, mad extreme.
Echevarria pointing out these TikTok videos of her fun-loving spirit and her dedication as a mother.
Super mom. She made sure none of these kids wanted for nothing. Nothing. They always got what they needed. They always got what they wanted.
She was active on social media, posting just last week, "Spend time with the people you love before it's too late." And back in December, nearly 2 months to the day of her murder, she wrote on Facebook, "If I died tomorrow, my Facebook wall would be filled with posts about broken friendships. Please don't use my death for some sympathy. If you love me now."
Every day we came, got up, took care of these kids, we took care of each other. Nothing wrong. Nothing.
That is wild.
That's really, really.
We gotta be in Revelation, Joe, cause like, what? I remember like these motherfuckers would kidnap you like Jeffrey Dahmer and hold you hostage and do some crazy shit, but like these people are standing outside bars and being found in a bag. What? Wow.
Only in America. And my
This is America.
Al Sharp, no.
You're silly. That. Hecky no, Big M. Hecky no.
Heck, you know, I got a brain freeze on who name I'm about to talk about.
Well, would you remember?
Don King. And my Don King voice. Only in America.
Oh, Don. You know. Dang, don't be talking about Don King like that. I'm just kidding. Nah, that shit's crazy with the stuff that's been happening around that. How do you feel about that stuff?
That's crazy. It's diabolical. And it's like, that's crazy. She got a party and it's end up in the bag. What happened?
Man, okay, so let me ask you this. I was watching the baby daddy. Like, what do you... I don't know. He was... I don't know.
I was thinking it. Okay. So,
look at Great Minds Think Alike, dog. Look, go ahead. Go take the flow.
He did seem like kind of suspect to me, but I didn't want to put it out there on the floor like that. So we just started. So I ain't know. Because it was like how he just... like... justifying their everyday thing. How she end up from, like maybe he caught her out with somebody and did something to her, or maybe it was somebody that she used to date who wanted to be with her or something.
Listen, let's think about it, y'all. Because I'm gonna say I said it because I seen this one before. That I was like, wait a minute, and then I watched it again, and I'm like, that's her baby daddy. And then he said every time he said that's the hardest part for me is when he talked about the baby, he's reminded that shit. I gave me chills. I'm like, damn, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? You remember that part, Big M? And I'm gonna say this: ain't no fucking way some stranger at the bar just did that to her. And then it's like she was out clubbing. We seen the last little footage, and we seen her Facebook post. Yeah, I think Dog was mad. I don't know. Dog definitely suspect to me. I said it, and I meant it.
Well, I'm gonna give benefit of the doubt, you know, just to say he probably didn't word stuff right.
Again, that's why you a real one, you know. We help balance each other out. All right, y'all. So this is crazy. This just happened. This is recent. This is a crazy one right here. By golly.
We start with a troubling find on the east side of Detroit where police on a routine patrol say they discovered a woman's body just lying in the street. Let's get live to Fox News' Camille Amiri at Detroit Police Headquarters. Camille, what are police saying right now? Certainly a startling and very grisly discovery.
Yeah, very, very startling and grisly discovery just during a routine patrol, 6 o'clock at night. It was still light out at that time. We want you to take a look at some video, and we're actually at DPD headquarters. They cleared the scene around 8:30. Again, this happened around 6 o'clock. Police on Hershey, this is near Woodward and State Fair, and they just are doing routine patrols just as they always do. They see something that looks suspicious. They pull over. They discover that it is a body of a woman that is wrapped up in what appears to be 2 different blankets and then tied, and then there's also garbage bags with debris in them surrounding this area. It's all kind of this area on the side of the road. There's no houses in this area. Again, even though it's not far from Woodward, it kind of feels like it's off the beaten track. There's a wooded area. Police working to figure out exactly how long she's been there, why she was dumped there, how she was dumped there, of course, and how long she's been deceased. The medical examiner did pick up her body and will be doing an autopsy as well as forensics, trying to figure out, like I said, what led her to end up there. Obviously, this was some kind of nefarious activity. We don't just end up dying and then getting wrapped up in some kind of material and tied. So police obviously have their work cut out for them. They have not identified this woman as far as telling us who she is. And of course, now people watching this story are wondering, look, if I'm missing someone, if there's a missing woman in my life, could this possibly be her? That's what's so horrible about this story. Of course, if you know anything or if you fear this could be your relative, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP. For now, we're live at DPD headquarters. Camille Amiri, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, Camille, you kind of mentioned in the area there are no homes, so there's probably no Ring doorbells to go on. Is there anything else that stands out about that area? Any reason anyone would go out there at that time?
No, I mean, that's the weird thing. I didn't even know. I mean, this area is like not far from Ferndale. It's not far from Woodward, which is not a very populated area, but it's just kind of off back. It's Hershey and Annan, and there's nothing there. You don't even feel like you're in Detroit. I don't know why anyone would even go there. So who knows how long she's been there. I mean, that's just sad and horrible to think. It's also just so cold out. So, of course, there was no odor or anything that would attract animals, but just a horrible, horrible, sad situation.
Yeah, very bizarre. A lot more to come on this one. Very tragic as well. Camille, thank you for that live report.
Welcome to Detroit City.
Well, a grieving mother is desperate for answers tonight, renewing her calls for justice nearly 2 years after her teenage son was shot and killed.
Tyler Johnson was just 15 years old. He and 4 friends were inside a room at the Westin Hotel in Southfield. Police say one of them pulled the trigger, but to this day, no one has been charged. Tyler's mother now turning from heartbreak to frustration.
7 News Detroit reporter Ruta Olsonida spoke with her one-on-one. She's sharing her calls for accountability and asking legal experts what's holding up police when it comes to making an arrest.
Tamika Alexander lost her one and only son 2 years ago now, and now her grief has turned to anger after no arrests have been made and no justice served.
Unacceptable, quite honestly, is bull.
At Crime Stoppers offices in Southfield Monday, Tamika Alexander continued her fight for justice. Her 15-year-old son, Tyler Johnson, was shot and killed at the Westin Hotel February 11th of 2024. Police say 4 other teens were in that hotel room that night, but none of them are cooperating. And since then, all have obtained legal representation, exercising their right to remain silent, stalling the investigation. Legally, police cannot force them to talk.
It's ridiculous, and y'all should be just as frightened and scared as me that y'all children are not protected. And murders can go unjustly because of this loophole in the system.
The weapon has been recovered, all teenagers identified. So Tamika says this should be enough for the case to move forward. But attorney and legal expert Abed Hamoud says, unfortunately, it's not that simple, saying all the evidence right now is circumstantial.
So you don't know who did what in that room. It's difficult. The physical evidence can take you so far. If people don't talk, and if there's no other indication, why would somebody shoot somebody? You cannot tell who the shooter is.
In a statement, the Southfield Police Department said in part, quote, this case was thoroughly investigated by detectives, but in order to move forward, testimony from the 4 eyewitnesses is required. The Oakland County Prosecutor's Office echoing that sentiment, saying they have not forgotten the case, but that, quote, we need those individuals to tell the truth about what happened to their friend. But none of this helps a grieving mother who just wants justice.
I'm going to continue to fight as long as I can for my son, because he did not deserve this. He was a 15-year-old, and he hadn't even had his driver's license yet.
Hamoud is hopeful, though, as history has shown maybe even years from now, someone may speak up.
I teach this to my students even. When homicides, people end up talking. Somebody feels the weight of it and talks.
In Southfield, I'm Rudolph Snyder, 7 News Detroit.
Ruta, thank you.
Welcome to Detroit City.
Now, how would you feel that was one of your kids and the parents was not letting them talk, so you was not able to justify your child?
You saying in general, or were you asking me?
I was asking you, how would you feel if that was your child?
Man, I would be.
That's one of your kids that they were doing that to.
She's wait. What part? Like the mom that's talking, crying out for help, or the other mom that's being
Okay, you're the mom crying out for help.
Uh-huh.
And all the other kids' parents are keeping tight lip and not letting them talk.
You know, yeah, that's you know how I feel. But I feel like it's bullshit, and I feel like it was probably more than just they probably knew it was like, again, it probably was a fucking master plan. You know what I'm saying? All this shit be planned meticulously.
I don't think they all should be.
Absolutely. Every single
What?
one of them.
Stop playing these little games with these kids. They're not playing. It's not a kiddie game. It's an adult game. This is they want to be big. Let's put them on the big boy table.
Absolutely, Big M. I totally agree. I'm all the way there with you on that one. For sure. Like, I'm so sick of them, slapping on the wrist and this and that, and it's like and accommodating, and these motherfuckers actually have fucking no. That's the problem. No. You actually want to take you're taking motherfuckers man, stupid ass, dumb ass shit into consideration, like things like that. Like, I just am like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I don't see any justice being done for this lady and her son. It's been 2 years.
Oh, we are, yeah.
And nothing has been done yet. They have not. Hold on.
All right. No, yeah. Again, the longer it goes, the less chances it
6 people are accused of kidnapping.
I don't see no justice. Long story short, I don't see no justice coming to that. If they wanted to do it, they would have been done it by now. I know Oakland County is really, really harder than Wayne County. They could have did something by now.
Right. Maybe they know somebody that knows somebody. You know how that go. No face, no case.
They must be. It must be somebody's kid that's in there. Because Wayne County Oakland County is a mother sucker. There's nothing like Wayne County. You could get caught from jaywalking in Oakland County.
Hell no. Yeah, I know someone was talking about that. They were like, they never got in trouble, and they like shoplifted from Myers, and when they were 18, and they were like, I had to do 5 days. I was like, shit. Like, I was like, well, damn. I was like, well, shit. In Wayne County, you can see, you can look
Get
at
a slap on the wrist and be okay. Go about your way.
Right, like, here you go. Here's a little pat on the fucking back. Matter of fact, not a
Oakland
fucking
County, they're gonna hold your feet to the fire.
Oh yeah, your ass is going down. You are being held accountable. That's where the po-po slammed me, man. I can't stand Oakland County.
So if Oakland County wanted something done, they would have did it by now.
Hell yeah.
It's something that's not being said that they're not doing. Why they're not doing what they've been doing, supposed to be doing. Because I know Oakland County,
what the fuck it is. You and me both know.
Yep.
6 people are accused of the kidnapping and beating of a teenage girl. 5 of them were arraigned today.
Yeah, this is absolutely difficult to talk about even. The heinous crime happened earlier this week outside of McDonald's on the west side of Detroit. 2 men and 3 women have been charged with extortion, assault, unlawful imprisonment, and some other crimes. They're accused of kidnapping this 16-year-old girl from a McDonald's and then taking her to a house, demanding information about $20,000 that apparently was missing. Now, they thought she knew where it was. Police tell us when the group didn't get the answers that they wanted, they beat her brutally. This eventually led to the suspects barricading themselves, and eventually police rescued the girl and arrested the people now in custody. Today in court, prosecutors argue that each suspect should get the same bond.
They're equally situated in a joint enterprise. This is, they all go to the McDonald's. They're all together while Chandler has the gun. They're all assaulting Clayton. They all then take her to a location. They all then assault her on video. They all then go to the Apple-Line address, introduce them to the males, and then the IR talks about them all assaulting. Police locate.
And the judge gave all of the suspects bond. If they post it, they'll have to wear tethers.
They shouldn't have got bond. They shouldn't have got bond. They really should.
Are you serious?
16-year-old, look at them. Now the one in the pink is like she's a grown woman. They all like they grown. And the 16-year-old kid.
The 2 men and shit, like, come on, man, this is crazy. Man, hold on, y'all. This shit crazy.
Savannah, here I come.
Georgia, Georgia.
Absolutely despicable allegations here. Let's get right to Fox 2's Camille Amiri. And you did have a chance to actually speak with this woman. Is that right, Camille?
Yeah, I did. She is really upset and really shaken up. She live streamed this on Facebook, also called police, and they filed a report. Take a look.
I just got jumped and robbed by 3 boys. They just took all my baskets. And these guys just took and hit me in my eye. I'm on Houston, Whitaker, and Gratiot.
Did you call the police first, or did you just bring your ass to this here internet? Because it's given to me already. This is a play. Why? She should. Don't you feel like she's acting, trying to cry?
I don't know. I didn't watch it. I'm sorry. I was doing something else.
This scam city, y'all. So I don't know. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. Why would you come to live before you call the popo?
Maybe she did call the popos first.
Yeah, maybe you're right. You're right. You're right.
Somebody said something about that. I don't know.
I think what said what?
No, I'm trying to remember where I seen that at on Facebook. It was somebody gonna meet up with her or something.
Crazy work.
I just remember the thing with her getting her baskets taken.
Now, people saw the live stream and they started coming up with ways to help Kim Braxton. This happened in broad daylight at the corner of Houston, Whittier, and Gratiot on the city's east side. Quincy Smith, head of Team Pursuit, a community violence intervention group, gave Kim some money to help recoup her losses. The two met earlier today. Take a listen.
We see one of our own community members victimized, right? Abused and hurt, taken advantage of. You know, it just makes you enraged and want to respond immediately.
I never had this to happen. I've been on this corner for the last 4 years selling baskets. And I just couldn't believe they did that to me. It just devastated me. I'm just hurt right now.
And like I said, Kim did call police.
Oh, by golly, you were right, Big M.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, on the east side, though, why would you be on the east side? I'm sorry. It's getting bad out here.
Right.
And it's really bad on the east side. I'm sorry.
Yeah, never would I ever. No.
I don't even go on the east side.
Especially and post up on the corner and sell some shit. Hell no, it don't matter broad daylight, anything.
No.
Girl, you playing with fire. You playing Russian roulette.
And this economy, like this economy, no.
Hecky no.
A community is in mourning after a shocking crime against children. A Georgia mother is charged with 2 counts of murder after police say she put her 2 young sons in the oven and turned it on. The bodies of 1-year-old Jacarter Penn and 2-year-old Kayunti Penn were found in their apartment over the weekend. Police say they had burns on their bodies and arrested their mother, 24-year-old Lamora Williams. Her family members say she had mental health problems and would often leave the children alone in the apartment. The children's father set up a GoFundMe account saying he wants to prevent other children from being hurt. For InsideEdition.com, I'm Mara Montalbano.
Wait, did they survive?
Hell no.
I didn't mean to laugh like that, but damn. What the
Did
fuck
you-
is going? What the fuck is wrong
No.
with motherfucking?
Yeah,
How
that
would you put
lady
your
was,
babies in the fucking oven?
she had mental illness. Like I said, mental health is real.
Young children enters a not guilty plea to some of the charges today.
Just look at her. Oh man, them poor babies, man. I can't. That's crazy work. I want to see what she got. This happened in Georgia. You sure you want to still go to Georgia as soon as we say we go to Georgia?
Oh yeah, this was a while back. Yeah, I still want to go to Georgia. Yeah,
Yeah, it was 7 years ago.
I ain't putting no kids in no oven. My family ain't do nothing like that.
Today, Lamora Williams appeared before a Fulton County judge to respond to 1 charge of child cruelty, 2 charges of concealing a body, and 1 charge of lying to police. Williams is accused of killing her 1-year-old and 2-year-old in October by putting them in a hot oven. A 3-year-old child was also inside the home but was unharmed. She's facing at least 10 more charges, but she didn't respond to them today.
Wow, she just looked fucking psycho. She looks like her and Michelle Blair could be sisters. Man,
Most definitely.
Remember when the baby daddy was sitting next to her? I was like, Brad, you brave dog. The way she was lashing out, I said, Could never be me. I would never sit by her. She hates.
This is Douglas County with a transfer. Go ahead, Jamil.
Hey, I just received a call from my child's mother that 2 of my youngest 2 dead babies, my sons are dead in an apartment.
Okay, there's a lot of background noise. There what in an apartment, sir?
I just received a call that 2 of my kids are dead inside of an apartment.
Okay, did she call 911? What's the address?
No, she didn't call 911. She called me and she video called me and showed me this, and I seen it.
What's the address?
And I really think they are really dead.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Jamil Penn.
Okay.
I want to know if they actually. I want to know if they actually dead. Please give me a call. Please give me a call back as soon as possible.
Okay, we'll get a unit out there to check it out, okay?
I'm sorry?
we'll get an officer out there to check it out, okay?
All right.
All right.
I need her to go back to training.
Like what? What the fuck? What the fuck, dude? They need that, man. You can't make this up if you tried.
It's unfolding across the district tonight. A woman is dead, one of her children is injured, and another was missing for several hours. Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us for News 4 at 11. I'm Jim Hadley. It began in Glover Park on W Street, not far from 41st Street. Authorities tell us that's where the suspect shot and killed the woman. He also shot her 12-year-old daughter and took her 3-year-old son from the location. He then drove to Prince George's County and back to the district where he crashed in Southeast. Police say the suspect died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The 3-year-old was found safe in Prince George's County. We have team coverage of this incident for you tonight. News 4's Jackie Benson is live for us in Southeast, and Joseph Olmo is live in Northwest with the latest developments. Let's start with Joseph. Joseph, what have you learned since 6?
Hey, Jim, good evening. You know, I'll just tell you this. When the chief of police in a city like Washington, D.C. comes out today and says that what happened is one of the most tragic things he's ever seen, that is when you know it is bad. Let me take you to the scene here. Let me show you this. This is the first time since 5 this afternoon that there's no more police tape. There's no more police lights. But the weight of what happened here in Glover Park today is still very much heavy.
This is one of the most tragic circumstances I've ever seen. I mean, an entire family is destroyed through the acts of an individual. We have a mother who's dead. Her children will never have their mother again. They have a father who's deceased as well. So this is just tragic all the way around.
Yeah, Jeffrey Carroll there, the interim chief of D.C. Police, obviously upset to share the news. So here's what we can tell you. Shortly before 5 p.m. today, at an apartment complex in Glover Park, a man, police say, shot and killed the mother of his 3-year-old boy in what's being described as a domestic dispute. Now, in the chaos of that shooting, a 12-year-old girl is a daughter of this woman who was killed, but not the daughter of the suspect. This 12-year-old girl was shot in the arm. She, thankfully, is expected to survive. Now, after the shooting, police say this man took off with his 3-year-old son in a truck. An Amber Alert was issued. Well, turns out, police say he dropped the boy off with family in Prince George's County, miles away from Glover Park. Now, after he dropped off the boy, he was spotted by Prince George's County police officers who then started chasing him back into D.C. He eventually ends his life, police say. A dramatic afternoon by all accounts, a crime that, like, the chief said, has now left 3 kids without a parent and a community very, very rattled.
I'm really shocked. This is not Glover Park.
I've lived in Glover Park for like 3 years, and it's usually like very family friendly. Like there's trick-or-treaters on Halloween, and this is definitely the first time this has happened. I don't even think I've seen police presence.
This is the first time, since I've lived here that anything of this scale or anything like this has ever happened.
It's just how it is now. Pray. Pray. Pray for those kids.
I'm sure a lot of people are praying for those kids tonight. By the way, that 3-year-old boy who was apparently taken from this scene by his father, that 3-year-old boy is okay and is with family now. But just a horrible, horrible scene here in Glover Park. Like that neighbor said, we are all praying for this family. Back to you.
That's crazy. It's like we can't even trust our own baby mamas and baby daddies no more, y'all. That's scary. Shit.
I never could trust man.
Man.
But now we might want to kill me. I don't think. They probably
Man,
did.
this is fucking nuts. He's like, fuck you, I'm taking the baby and I'm just gonna fucking go haywire. What the fuck? Oh my God, choose your baby mama and your baby daddy wisely, folks. Especially in 2026, this new fucking generation. Be careful.
Tragedy no one could have imagined.
His car door open. I'm thinking he finna jump out, but then next thing you know, I seen a baby down there. He ran over the baby and took off.
This is Inside the Crime presented by Law and Crime. I'm Elizabeth Milner. Before we get to this very disturbing story, there's a reason that Law and Crime is the go-to spot for true crime content. Just like the heartbreaking. A mother's world.
Pick up for Jesus Christ. Black GMC pickup truck. Black GMC pickup truck.
These next moments are gut-wrenching and heartbreaking. A mother's world shatters because something terrible just happened to her 8-month-old baby.
Where did this happen?
This just happened right in the middle of the road. I can't call nobody.
Were you walking or were you in the car?
I was walking that way.
With your baby?
No, he was supposed to be in the car.
Okay, I'm kidding.
She was right behind me. She said she was right behind me in the car. So she might can help.
I'm like, oh, Jesus. He went that way.
What'd you see happen?
I was behind them at the red light. She jumped out the truck. When she jumped out the truck, his car door opened. I'm thinking he finna jump out. But then next thing you know, I seen a baby down there. He ran over the baby and took off.
Out in the street?
Right here at the red light.
So she and the baby were in the vehicle that hit the baby?
Yeah, she and the baby in the vehicle.
Okay.
But she got out first and went across the street and he set the baby on the ground and just ran over the baby.
Which car are you in?
I'm in this car.
Please don't go anywhere.
But I gotta go to a funeral.
No. Something bad happened.
Okay.
Hecky no.
Sounds like they knew each other. Probably the baby daddy. Shit. Made me want to cry. My son's right here. I'm about to go hug him and kiss him. Like, wow. What the fuck, dude?
What the?
This is nuts, dude. Like, what is wrong with people? What the fuck? That is nuts.
Of 100,000 supplements in the...
Like, what? Oh, man. I gotta go hug my
That's
mom.
somebody whole baby didn't just...
So it's like the story didn't make sense at first. You know, like the cop was even asking, it's like, so wait a minute. And then she was like, yeah, no, he put her, so it sounds like the girl walked away from the car or something. And he got in the car, put the baby on the ground, and then got back in his shit and ran the baby over. It's giving baby daddy or boyfriend.
It's given crazy person.
That shit.
That's some batshit crazy shit. I mean, really? That's what we doing in 2026? Wait, was that old or that was something just happened?
No, that happened on the 25th day of the first month of the year 2026, almost a month ago.
No way.
On my soul. What the fuck? I told you it was a new Big M. I wasn't trying to, be, but look, this shit's crazy. If you tell me a stranger did that, that's gonna really be nuts to me. The healed her. Salute, 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 salute. Thanks for pulling up on yours truly in the biggest M. I know,
Hey, healed her.
I know you being smooth, cool, and true with it. I hope you're doing good. I'm glad when you always pop up and check in on us, in me, yeah, it's all love, keep being great, I fuck with the healed her all the way and some more.
Are dead.
What do I gotta do? They did. She left them dead in the house by themselves.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Where are you now?
I'm in my house. She left my door open. My baby boy, my oldest baby boy, is the only one that's here.
Yeah, I already know. I know you was working on big things and stuff like that with that brain of yours. I hope everything's going really, really swell for you. And again, it's good to see you always. You know, I don't see you much. I used to see you all the time. You know what I'm saying? We used to shoot the shit every day. But yeah, I know you busy. Keep being cool. Keep being great. You know, salute, salute, salute.
Only one that's alive. She left them in the house by themselves. She left them in here.
When a young mother of 4 called 911 on October 13, 2017, authorities were shocked to discover the tragedy that had unfolded in their modest Atlanta, Georgia apartment that Friday night. On closer inspection, though, the story didn't add up. Interviews with neighbors and family painted a disturbing picture, leading investigators back to square one. But what triggered such an act of cruelty, and who was really to blame for all of it in the end? Hello, and welcome back to M7 Crime Storytime, where we cover solved, unsolved, and twisted cases from around the world. But before we delve any further, please take a moment to show your support by subscribing to our channel, liking our videos, and clicking on that notification bell to receive the latest videos. Atlanta, the capital of Georgia, is the 8th largest metropolitan area in the U.S. It has a thriving hip-hop industry and was a major role player in both the Civil War and the 1960s Civil Rights Movement. The city remains predominantly black, with a stark racial divide and poverty. Known as the city that rose from the ashes, most of the city was burned to the ground on the orders of General William T. Sherman in 1864 during the Civil War. However, the city... On Friday, October 13, 2017, a distressed mother of 4, 24-year-old Lamora Williams, called the police to report that she'd found 2 of her youngest children deceased in the kitchen of their apartment. Moments later, 911 dispatchers received a second call from a man named Jamil Penn Sr., who claimed to be the father of the 2 boys who were allegedly found lifeless in his ex-partner's apartment.
I just received a call from my child's mother that 2 of my youngest 2 dead babies, my sons, are dead in an apartment.
Okay, there's a lot of background noise. There what in an apartment, sir?
I just received a call that 2 of my kids are dead inside of an apartment.
In response to these 2 separate calls, police, firefighters, and ambulance services were dispatched to the scene and made a gruesome discovery. 2-year-old Jakarta Williams and 1-year-old Keontae Penn were discovered lifeless on the floor of the kitchen. They'd both suffered from severe injuries to their heads and were clearly deceased. What they discovered was unsettling, to say the least. Investigators wondered if it had been a simple accident or a case of neglect. They began by asking questions to both the neighbors and family members of Lamora Williams. Moments later, Jamil Sr. arrived at the scene and restated what he told 911 dispatchers on the call. According to the children's father, Jamil Penn Sr., Lamora called him and explained that both of the boys were deceased. She then ended the first call and switched to a video call. She turned the camera toward the scene of the incident, and Jamil knew instantly something was wrong. Jamil said it was like a real-life horror movie. He saw both his boys lifeless on the kitchen floor and called 911 immediately. The bodies of both boys were removed and taken to the coroner's office for an autopsy. The coroner's autopsy report made mention that both Keontae and Jakarta had been in the for a lengthy time. The statement read, "These thermal changes appear to be entirely from dry heat and changes from prolonged exposure to heat. It would require ample time to get to this degree." The coroner could not give a definitive cause of death, but ruled out blunt force trauma as there were no broken bones. Meanwhile, back at the crime scene, investigators were still questioning family, friends, and neighbors when they stumbled across several clues that painted a disturbing and twisted picture. Many of the statements made by those present pointed a finger back at Lamora herself. The first of these clues came from the 911 call she'd made. According to the call, she'd inquired several times whether she was going to be held responsible for the death of her children, even though she claimed she was not at home.
I understand that, but can you please help me? Like, can you please tell me, like, I don't want to get locked up because this is not my fault. I had just came home from work.
Investigators found it strange that she was concerned about being accused of murder rather than giving emergency response teams vital information to get to the crime scene. Another clue came from neighbors who said that Lamora's apartment had smelled of death for a few days. If the children had only been found that night, then that wouldn't have been possible. They also stated Lamora did not have a babysitter at any time. She often left the children alone at home while she went to work. But according to her 911 call, she alleged to have asked her cousin to babysit, but that cousin had disappeared by the time she returned to the apartment. However, there was more yet to be revealed, including the statement of Lamora's closest friend, Nisa Smith. Nisa was the first person that Lamora called that night. According to Nisa, Lamora had sounded distressed and told her that she couldn't do it anymore. Nisa told investigators that a month earlier, in September 2017, Lamora had quit her job because she could not cope with raising her children and maintaining a full-time job. Nisa told investigators that she tried to coax the truth out of Lamora during the call, as she was concerned for both her friend and the children. Lamora then allegedly revealed that both boys were deceased. Nisa urged Lamora to call the police and report the incident. Instead, she called the boy's father, Jamil, and showed him on the video call what had just happened. Police also said that the 3-year-old surviving child, Jamil Penn Jr., had allegedly witnessed the murder of both his siblings and repeatedly said that Mummy had hurt his brothers. This was also revealed by Jamil Sr.
He talks about his brothers, you know what I'm saying? He know what happened. He talks about it all the time.
Working with this information, investigators arrested Lamora Williams in the early hours of Saturday, October 14th, 2017, for the murder of both her youngest sons. She was detained at the Fulton County Jail while further investigations were being made. Sergeant John Chali of the Atlanta Police Department said that they'd searched for the unnamed cousin who was allegedly watching the children, but found no one. He added that it soon became clear that she'd been withholding information. At this time, investigators do not believe the children's mother left them with a caregiver. Investigators have developed probable cause to charge the mother with 2 counts of murder, he said. Investigators also removed the stove from the apartment in order to further prove the manner of death, as the coroner's report was still inconclusive. But what had driven Lamora Williams to such cruelty? There's scant information available about Lamora Williams. What we do know is that she was born in 1983 and lived with both her parents and older sister Tabitha in Atlanta, Georgia. Her close family and friends often called her by her nickname, Red. According to her mother, Brenda, and sister Tabitha, Lamora had suffered with mental health issues from a young age, possibly even since birth. This was confirmed in an interview with Jamil Penn Sr., who said he knew Lamora's parents very well.
Know her mother and her father very well, so, they always told me that she had, mental illness, when she was younger since birth. I never really was like, okay.
Lamora's mother, Brenda, said they'd struggled with her all their life. She was a slow learner. I had to pull her out of school and do homeschooling. She'd do simple things like cutting my other daughter with a knife and her own dolls' heads off. We only see this stuff in horror movies. I've been afraid since then, said Brenda. Tabitha Hollingsworth backed up her mother's statement, acknowledging that Lamora suffered with mental health issues that went undiagnosed for years. Despite all of Brenda's efforts to seek help, nothing worked in their favor. No one listened to her pleas. Teachers would say something was wrong, but the state said nothing was wrong. This is something the state didn't recognize. The whole state failed us, she said. When Lamora turned 18, she gave birth to her first child, a daughter named London Williams. However, the relationship with the baby's father did not work out, and Lamora returned to her parents' home. Despite this, Lamora and her ex-partner continued to co-parent in harmony along with his family, who assisted both financially and physically by having London over as often as possible to their home. It was soon after the end of this relationship that Lamora met Jamil Sr. According to Jamil Sr., they met through mutual friends and had just clicked instantly. They both wanted to experience an adventurous relationship, and Jamil Sr. described her as being full of fun and enjoying life. Signs of her depression were not initially noticeable. Jamil Sr. described himself as being more of the hothead and Lamora as the calm one in the relationship. Within 3 years of their relationship, Lamora gave birth to their first child together, a son named Jamil Penn Jr. Lamora and Jamil Sr. moved in with their parents and their baby boy as they saved towards starting their own life. But soon, tragedy struck. On April 20th, 2014, Jamil Sr. discovered the body of Lamora's father in his bed after he failed to show up for breakfast that morning. Reports suggest he'd suffered a heart attack sometime the night before. This seemed to be the catalyst for much of Lamora's mental health deterioration, as she was particularly close to her father and relied upon him as her pillar for strength. Family members agreed that, since the death of her father, Lamora had started to change.
This is so crazy work. Wow. Big M, check the back chat.
Changed drastically and became depressed. Jamil Sr. stood by Lamora, and they even tried for another child. Keontae was born soon after, followed by Jakarta. But this didn't solve the issues Lamora was facing. She developed a severe case of postpartum depression, exacerbated by having 3 babies in such close succession. Jamil Sr. and Lamora decided on a fresh start and moved out with their children to an apartment in Oakland City, a neighborhood in Atlanta. For a while, things seemed to be on the mend. However, within a year of Jakarta being born, their relationship had hit rock bottom. Jamil Sr. was frustrated in their relationship as Lamora sank further into depression, and so he decided to end their partnership. He did, however, maintain a close relationship with his boys. He visited them often and supported Lamora financially with raising the children. The breakup of the relationship put Lamora's mother on edge as she tried desperately to get the attention of child services. Brenda said that Lamora was just not right. She tried for months to get the attention of authorities, knowing something bad was going to happen if she was left alone with the kids.
I did tell DFACS everything because I wanted for them to either to give me the kids or get the kids out of her possession.
She even spoke to Jamil Sr., stating that she knew something bad was going to happen. She knew Lamora was going to do something to herself and/or the kids. Brenda tried to acquire custody of the children by begging officers to remove them to her care. She called officials daily, reporting Lamora's strange behavior, but nothing was done. She eventually turned to the Division of Family and Children Services, reporting her concern for Lamora's mental health and claimed that Lamora was neglecting the children and not feeding them. Lamora's sister, Tabitha, backed up her mother's statement, claiming that Lamora often left the kids alone at home. She had issues, and the fact that the state failed her, that's a problem. She routinely left her children home alone and had even attempted to harm herself, said Tabitha. Following the deaths of both,
How could you leave them shorties alone? Like, that's scary, man. I could never.
boys, the Oakland City community came out in support of Jamil and his surviving child. A vigil was held in honor of both children, with a visibly distraught Jamil Sr. telling reporters that, after seeing what Lamora had done, he had lost his soul. At the vigil, Jamil's sister spoke openly about what her young nephew saw.
My nephew, while he was watching whatever was going on in this house, and he came and talked to me and told his auntie what was going on. That baby seen everything.
Jamil then told everyone present that his boys were his entire life and that they have now been ripped from him. A GoFundMe page was created by Jamil Sr. to help with paying for funeral costs and to assist with raising his surviving son. Moved by the enormity of the tragedy, funeral director Willie Watkins felt compelled to ensure both boys were given the send-off they deserved. He donated a plot at the Southview Cemetery, the oldest Black community cemetery, and secured a eulogy to be spoken by the great-nephew of the late Dr. Martin Luther King. Watkins
That is super duper sad, y'all. And again, several reports were made. Again. All right, we're about to look at this one more, and then we are going to have to call it a day.
Indianapolis mother is. This is a Fox 59 crime tracker alert tonight. An Indianapolis mother is behind bars. Police say she was arrested for neglect of a dependent, resulting in death.
As Fox 59's Jesse Wells explains, that arrest comes after the suspect's daughter died from a fentanyl-related overdose.
The 3-year-old little girl died last July here at the Peyton Manning Children's Hospital at St. Vincent. More than 6 months later, the girl's family says they're relieved her mother is finally being held accountable for that death. This is Kaylee A. Hawkins. Sadly, the 3-year-old little girl passed away from fentanyl poisoning last year.
She was a baby. She had her whole life ahead of her, you know? And then it's been really hard.
Kaylee's paternal grandmother says the loss absolutely devastated the girl's father.
It's been a nightmare. When I say nightmare, it really has.
Police believe the young girl overdosed and was found unresponsive at these apartments near 62nd and Georgetown. The coroner ruled the death an accident, but her mother, 24-year-old Mia Hawkins, is now charged with the fatal neglect.
Finding out yesterday that she was finally arrested, it just, like my son said, it was a holiday.
Katrina insists the suspect struggled with substance abuse long before the overdose, but still maintained custody of the victim.
Mia was in full-blown addiction. I do know that for a fact. I mean, the signs were there.
While the 2025 numbers haven't been published, the most recent annual report for child abuse and neglect deaths in Indiana shows a persistent and tragic trend. Statewide, every year for the last decade, around 50 to 60 children die from abuse or neglect. That's why Katrina urges anyone who believes a child is being neglected. Katrina urges 50 to 60.
Let's just pause right there. That's in Indiana. That is not okay. The heck?
Yeah. Mom.
What happened?
I signed in again.
Oh, did it work?
Yeah, I came in twice.
Oh, okay, bet. All right, so wait. All right. Can you, all right, go back to the other, come back in. And tell me if you can add and remove.
Children die from abuse or neglect. That's why Katrina urges anyone who believes a child is being neglected to contact the state's child abuse hotline and speak up for the innocent victims.
All right, Big M, can you, hold on. Let's see, hold on. Let me see if you can,
Wow.
Huh?
I can't those. It's like
I can't hear you.
it's like vibrate.
Yeah. Go back to the other one. We're gonna figure it out. We're about to end it right now, and we'll figure it out. In a minute, cause I gotta get you access to this, cause yeah. All right, y'all. This is America.
We okay, y'all. We was just doing a little test there. My bad.
Yeah, good. Yeah, no. But
I
no,
forgot we was live. I'm all playing on the thing and we live.
No, I said I was confused. I was like, what the hell? But yeah, this is America, y'all. Crazy work. Oh man. But yeah, we're gonna end it, and we're gonna end it like we always do, you know, in my Winnie the Pooh voice. You're smarter than you think. You're braver than you believe. And you're stronger than you seem, y'all. I feel it in my heart and soul every time. You know, it's all love over here, y'all. It's real over here. And again, I remember I dropped that Discord link. If you want to come, you know, be a part of, you know, our Discord. And again, just because you get the link does not mean you're guaranteed a spot. You know, that's our safe space. This is our safe space, but that would be, you know, our safe space. So, until next time, y'all, be real smooth with it, real motherfucking cool with it, and as true as you can be with it. And if you forgot, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button for yours truly in the biggest M I know. You know, Big M.
Peace.
Salute, in my Big M voice. Peace.
My grandkids told me I gotta stop doing it though.
Oh, okay. Well then
They said, Gigi, that's supposed to be our sacred thing. I said, oh my bad.
Oh, we're gonna have to come up. We'll come up with something. All right, all right. How about?
No, we're gonna keep doing the piece. We're gonna keep doing the piece, you know.
Oh well, I taught my son David next time he's awake, he can say salute. It's so cute, and he says deuces. He's like deuces. So I'm gonna do it in my JJ voice. Deuces.
And we're supposed to do peace in the man voice. Go peace. Get your bass. Put bass in there. Peace.
Peace. All right, we're out.